All right, quick challenge here. We've got these balls set up as cue balls to bank the 5 cross corner. And I'm curious if you can spot which one of these is aligned as a dead bank shot. What I mean is which angle is perfect to aim straight at the 5. You don't have to cut the 5 to the left or to the right into the rail in order to make the shot. So there's kind of a two-pronged myth here. And the first part of the myth is that for any ball position, there's one fixed location on the rail. As an example, every time I go to play pool, I inevitably hear players talking about the ball position on the table. And one of them, usually the non-shooter, tells the shooter, oh, the balls are dead. And their advice is this: just aim straight into the ball and you're going to be able to bank it in the corner. And their advice in their head, the non-shooter thinks this. But inevitably, what happens is the shooter comes up and does something like this. Or like this. It's almost irrelevant where the cue ball is. People don't even look at where the cue ball is. They just look at the object ball. And then they line it up with the corner pocket. They might do the X system, and they'll sometimes mark it with the chalk, or they'll sort of say right there, and they'll give it a good thumbs up. Right there. And they'll even hold it till the last second until you shoot. So the myth is that all I have to do is hit that chalk, right? Now, the problem is, if I hit that with soft speed or medium speed or hard speed, it's going to influence how it rebounds off the rail and whether or not it goes in. What I'm going to do now is demonstrate that for any object ball location, there's not a single fixed point on the rail that I can aim to and call it a dead bank shot. In fact, there's multiple dead banks for any object ball location. For starters, I'm going to aim at that first chalk. This shot requires a soft speed. And now I'm going to aim at the middle chalk, which is going to require a medium speed. What's going on here? And finally, I'm going to aim at the last chalk, which will require a fast speed. What I normally see is good bank shooters have instinctively learned to calibrate to a fast speed shot. So on this shot, this would look dead to a fast speed banker, right? And it is. If you hit this with power, it's going to go cross corner. But the problem is they're so committed to that speed, if they were aligned like this, they wouldn't say, oh, I just need to lower my speed a little bit. They would stick to this spot and think, oh, I need to cut into that location. And cutting the ball introduces at least 3 major factors. One, now you're adding collision-induced throw, which is going to push that ball offline. You're also adding collision-induced spin, which is going to change the impact on the rail or the rail rebound. And you're adding the factor of speed. When you cut the ball, you're no longer transferring as much power as you're used to. You're transferring a fraction of the power because you're not hitting the ball full. So you're used to hitting it with a certain speed. And so now the ball is hitting into the rail, but it's not going to hit in the rail with the power that you normally hit this shot with. But it's important to realize that on this shot, there's a half a diamond of wiggle room where we have a full ball hit, right? But just by varying our speed. So for me, I don't want to introduce the problem of cutting a ball until I'm beyond that or on this side of it. So the next time you're out playing pool and either you or somebody else declares that a bank shot's dead, make sure you also have a discussion around the perceived power at which the balls need to be hit in order for the bank to pocket. I've actually designed an entire bank shot system around this theory called aim with speed, where instead of trying to cut the ball into a fixed location on the rail, I teach that often all that's necessary is to learn how to vary your speed. Once you master your speed control, you're going to start to notice way more dead bank shots than you ever thought were possible.